Hello, welcome to another episode of the Extremely Casual Gamers podcast with Ellie, Chris and Guy. This is a casual gaming podcast for the everyday gamer. And on today's show, Guy, we're going to cover what you did in the weekend. You did something pretty cool in the weekend, didn't you?
Yes,
Have you
I
forgotten
did.
already?
No. I thought it was gaming related. I was like, I'm playing video games.
No,
No,
you didn't.
I did do something fun.
Yeah, we'll be chatting about that. Also, you want us to create a game based in a certain era.
Yeah,
Is that correct?
the point of this hypothetical situation is for you guys to make the most amount of money by going back in time.
Yeah.
So think about something that happened at a certain a moment in time. People are like, I reckon if I released a game then, you could just create a game. It doesn't have to be a real game. That would make the most money. So we'll figure out the three of us who's going to make the most.
So it's not just like, oh, hey, I'm here, by the way.
Hi, Chris.
So it's not like, oh, I want to come in the year before Fortnite came out and make Fortnite.
I mean, if you want to,
Right, okay.
you could.
Because that's probably the biggest moneymaker ever,
You
isn't
probably could
Yeah.
do
it?
that.
Yeah. Okay. Just double checking it's not that low of a bar, you know?
No, yeah, a little bit more than that, please.
Okay.
We're obviously going to jump into some listener feedback, some gaming news. We're going to have some personal anecdotes, as always, guys.
Have you got any?
I was just wanting to look at your face. Yeah, I do actually.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
don't have a job anymore.
I don't.
Hey, welcome
I
to the
don't.
club.
Yeah, can you tell that my energy's higher today?
Yeah.
It's because I'm not like gassed from being up at 4 a.m. and doing a whole work. Okay, maybe I am a bit tired still. But no, I have got my life back. I've finished the breakfast radio. So now I'm just working with my partner, focusing on creative stuff like this. And I definitely feel like I've got more energy.
That's
awesome.
good. And you guys can sustain that? Like financially, you two?
We think so, yeah. I think as soon as I'm putting more in, we should hopefully get more out, theoretically.
Once he stops buying Pokemon cards
Exactly.
that are worth nothing.
But
That's
he
my
thinks
salary.
he's investing, though.
True.
He thinks
does.
he's investing.
He does.
Actually, we should have this chat on the podcast. Ellie,
Yeah.
you've got 50,000 Instagram followers. Do paid content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop being weird about it.
Yeah.
She's so, like, for the listeners, Ellie's like, everyone's like, oh, she's got heaps of followers from Viva. It's like, I know, she's great and she's really funny, blah, 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 blah. She could literally live off making social videos.
You could.
I know.
There's people who have less that earn lots of money from social media, and you're just like, oh, I don't want to like annoy them.
Yeah.
100%. And I understand it because I think whenever I post a sponsored thing, because I hate Instagram. Like I hate posting on Instagram.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
forget. I never do it.
Yeah.
I wish I was better at it. And my wife's like, you got to do it, then you'll get more stuff. And I did start doing it, and I got more stuff. So I'm getting paid, not a lot, but
Yeah.
to do stuff. And I'm like, Ellie, why are you getting up at 4 a.m. when you could be doing that and
Totally.
helping Sam, and it would be sweet?
It's a bloody good question, that one, actually. You know what I actually think it comes down to is actually self-esteem and self-confidence.
100%
Like,
it is.
at
Of
the
course it
core.
is.
Yeah, I think
What do
that's
you need?
what
What
it
do you
is.
need? What do you need?
don't-
What do you need us to do?
Everyone just tell me I'm great. No, don't, because then I get awkward. I don't know. I think, to be honest, going to radio, jumping back out again, has helped me with my self-esteem in a way.
Yeah.
I think it actually has.
Right.
And so I am going to focus more on my own personal brand, I think. But I just don't know where it is.
What
know
you
I mean?
do is what you could do. Sorry, I'm not telling you what to do. But when
Yeah.
it comes to posting content on social media, when it comes to like posting a reel or like a static image, especially reels at the moment, because that's what clients want, is it's permanent in the sense that it's on your timeline, right? But what a really good thing, what I've been doing recently is posting heaps of stuff on my stories, because stories still get engagement. You get reactions, you get people like sending it.
Client stuff or
Yeah,
personal stuff?
Personal stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like you're talking about your brand. I've just been posting more about shit that I'm doing at home, stuff that I do every single day, resharing things that I'm passionate about. And then over a month, it's painted a picture about what my audience, which
Yeah.
isn't large, it's 15,000 people.
Yeah.
It's what works and what gets engagement. And you'll be surprised. Like,
Yeah, you're
if
right.
if I was to go through my insights of my stories, the most engagement is just, and you guys might have seen me posting videos of my dog picking up large sticks at the park.
Yeah.
And that gets heaps of interaction. So it's like, well, if I was to do more dog content,
Yeah.
then you get high interaction. So post on your stories.
I've got a dog now.
Well, because stories is also, it's not permanent.
No,
It's
you're
gone
right.
after 24 hours.
It's a good
Right.
entry into
Yeah.
post it on story because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
And it
Okay.
disappears. And
Thanks.
then also know it, like, okay, so you make a reel, right?
Yeah.
For a sponsor.
Yeah.
Right? And you're gonna make sure it's funny because you want it to not annoy your viewership, but you want them to not
Get value out of it.
Yeah, get value out of it
Yeah.
and not just be treated like idiots. Hey, here's my product. Ugh.
Yeah.
So you'll make it and then you'll put it up. I'm one of your fans. Or your followers, and I'm scrolling through, I see it, I watch it, I go, or I watch it for 30 seconds and go, oh, that's okay. And then scroll past. That's the last time I'm ever going to see it.
Yeah, you're right.
It's
You
the
probably
same as a
forget.
story.
Yeah.
You're going to see it on your profile. No one else's.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for the pep talk. This has been quite a good
Go and do it. Like
Yeah.
it's like give me your followers. Otherwise,
yeah, hard out. Split them between me and Chris. I love
Yeah.
use them.
Absolutely.
Give me 5,000. I'll take that.
Pass them, yeah. And like, sure, I've had to mute guys' stories recently because they're really
They're
full
really
on.
boring, eh?
But like, he's out there doing it.
No, you're right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the pep talk. Speaking of awesome stuff, Guy, what did you do on the weekend? We all
I
know
did
that.
it. I
did it?
ran my half marathon in Christchurch.
Nice,
Well
man. How was
done.
it?
It was fun. I loved every second of it.
Did you?
Yeah, it was so awesome. So it was on the Sunday. The race started at 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
I arrived there first thing Saturday morning. Got to the hotel, and I just had the whole day in Christchurch, which is an amazing city. Chris and I used to live there for studying, but we got there a week after. Oh, we got there a week before the earthquake. So then what we got to experience of Christchurch was red zones and
Yeah, so for those international listeners, Christchurch in 2011
11,
had like a huge earthquake. People died, like
170 people.
lost their lives and stuff.
it-
We were living in the city.
Yeah, it knocked down the whole city. And to actually walk past where we used to live
Yeah.
in the student hostel, and that's where we were, like, I stood in the exact spot where I was when the earthquake happened. Like,
Yes.
Wow.
And
crazy. And like walked down the street that I ran afterwards, and it was full of.
How cool is it?
The city's amazing.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
love the city because it's been completely rebuilt. It's my favorite city. I'd live there in a heartbeat.
Oh, lovely.
So it was really cool to be in Christchurch again. My mum and dad came down to support, and then the run itself was phenomenal. The whole city, well, not the whole city, but thousands of people get involved, and I ran the whole thing start to finish.
No
well
dramas?
done.
No dramas. Like 500 meters in, I needed to pee. I was gutted about that.
Oh.
I was so underprepared.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, like
About you.
I got there and I didn't put any plasters on my nipples, which was like I was like, I won't get chafing.
What shirt were you wearing? Like a runner's shirt?
I was wearing a Lululemon top, but
Oh,
normally
no.
when I run, after about a kilometer, I whip the top off anyway. But you can't do
True.
that.
Do you?
Oh, I run
Oh,
shirtless all
hell
the time.
yeah.
I run hot. So
Good for
this
you,
was the
man.
longest run I've ever done with a shirt on, and B, just longest run I've ever done. So yeah, 500 meters in, I needed to pee.
What did
And
you
there-
do?
Oh, well, there was portaloos all around,
Oh, okay.
but there was a huge line. So I waited and waited and waited, and I reckon if I'd not done that,
Yeah.
I would have shaved like 3 minutes off my time.
Well,
Oh,
it doesn't
dang.
matter because what you've done now is set a baseline.
Totally, that was the whole point.
And so when you sign up for another one, you can absolutely smash that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did 2 hours 18.
Nice.
Which I was happy with.
That's great.
It sounds good.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
I wasn't completely gassed at the end of it. I was, there was just thousands of people watching and
Yeah.
getting stuck in and cheering and everybody holding signs and
Wow.
yeah, I had so much fun.
How did you find, how you'd only done, 15Ks or something?
15 was my most.
Yeah, how did you find that last 6? Did it feel
Easy.
was it easy?
The whole run wasn't easy per se, but I wasn't out of breath.
That's good.
My legs were just sore.
Yeah,
it was
right.
a lot of running.
yeah.
And then the last 3 kilometers, I really tried to put on the afterburners because I wanted to get to 2 hours 15.
Have you already circled maybe one you'd like to do next?
No, I haven't put
Have
anything
you
in the
run
calendar.
since?
No. So the day, because I finished at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and my body was rooted for
Yeah.
the rest
No,
of the
I
day.
bet.
God,
Yeah.
my legs hurt. I'm fine now, and I'll go for a run maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, I was going to say, make sure you
Nice.
keep at it. You don't
Oh,
just
no,
do
I'm-
it, tick it, and then go, oh, I'm done.
No, I'm going to keep running, and I will, if I can, do the Christchurch half next year.
Yeah, nice.
Good
I
work,
loved
bro.
running there. But with baby number 2 on the way, I'm not going to set myself up for something in 6 months' time and then
Yeah.
not do any training because I'll be in the newborn phase.
Yeah,
So
fair enough.
if you have, I don't know, if you've ever wanted to do a marathon or half marathon, I recommend doing it because it's so cool. The
Well done.
endorphins that to get you across the line.
Well done.
It was so
That's
rad.
Awesome.
I don't think I'll ever do one.
Really?
But no, I just because I just don't know if I can't see myself doing. No, you know what? Maybe I will because I do go through phases of loving running. But I've got full admiration for anyone that's done one. Like
same.
my mate Manaya's done one. He's a bigger unit than you, and he absolutely loved it.
Yeah, wow.
there was
You know what I
some
mean?
there was some big units running the marathon.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn
Wow.
it, I should have done it.
That's right.
but I won't. I will, but
Yeah.
not this time.
No, this time. Yeah.
Well
Well,
done.
done. Well done. All right. Well, should we jump into some listener feedback?
Yep.
First of all, we've got Mike White in the group. Now, I don't know if this is the Mike White that wrote the White Lotus. Is it? Does anyone know?
Why are you asking? I don't know.
As you-
I don't know.
I'm just going to look at his profile. Mike, did you write the White Lotus? And did you start in School of Rock? Because, no, I don't think you
Ned
did. but-
Schneebly.
That's right. That's the story behind that.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Mike. It's just Mike White from New Zealand, I'm guessing, maybe. He asked if video games have ever inspired anyone to do something positive or useful in your actual life. And he started playing tennis thanks to Mario Tennis on Game Boy Color.
That's good.
Yeah. Courtney said, in Animal Crossing, there are daily tasks that can easily earn you bells like digging up fossils. Completing these on a daily basis gives me my little ADHD brain a rush of dopamine that can help me to do things in real life like chores. So it kind of motivates her to actually do her chores.
That's cool.
Which is great. Courtney said, cooking mama showed me techniques based on real cooking and baking techniques. For a while, I wanted to seek a profession in something related.
That's a good one. When
Yeah.
I used to play The Sims back in the day, I wanted to be like an architect after building houses and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to be a murderer.
Yeah.
A pool technician. I want to be a lifeguard.
Always removing ladders.
Now I wanted to just discuss what Jordan Tinney put in the group. I don't know what these are. These are little pocket stations. Do you know what these are?
They
There's
look
so
like-
many
are they-
pocket
are they-
stations.
they look like Tamagotchis.
So they look like
they do.
Tamagotchis, and Sony obviously released them alongside the original PlayStation, maybe.
Yeah, did they? Because I've never seen these before. They were similar to the Dreamcast VMU with selected games. When you save to it, you could play mini games on it to help with the base game.
Oh, that's
I've
cool.
never heard of them.
Wow, I've never heard, only select games would have done that, right? Like, that's
Yeah.
really,
Would have been a gimmicky sort of thing as well. Wouldn't have really taken off.
oh, wow. Guy put in the boot in Jordan's new purchase.
No, Jordan's got a really cool collection of like vintage consoles and handhelds and stuff like that. So it's rad he's got them.
Yeah, that's cool as they do look like Tamagotchis, but I'd never.
I've never even heard of them.
Neither had I. Last one for listener feedback. Daniel Simons just wanted to know, how do people view games? Are they just things to be consumed where you finish the game and just move on? Or do you treat games more like an asset where you see value in them beyond completion? It's quite a deep question. Emma says, I see them as an escape from reality, something to enjoy and get lost in. And if they're a good game, I'll happily replay them. Michael says, I use games as a way to calm my mind after a long day. And Kerry says, I view them as an activity to do. So I guess all of the above.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I see it as not an escape from reality because I'm not that desperate to escape my reality.
Yeah.
I see it as a way to just chill out and having fun's really important, right?
Yeah, it is. It
and
is.
you've got a surefire way to have great fun whenever you want, really,
Yeah.
with video games.
It's very true.
So it's literally just to have a bit of fun.
yeah. I mean, anything means to you, Guy?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely I need to get something out of it. You know, those people that can that sit there and go, I don't care about what I eat. Food is fuel. I don't care about if it tastes good. You know, those really
I do know
basics. Like,
people
I
like
just
that.
need to eat to give me energy.
Yeah.
And then that just sounds like there's no joy in
No,
life.
that sounds awful.
So I kind of have the same approach to gaming. Like, I need to get something out of it.
Totally. Me too.
Right. So what do you get out of, what game are you playing at the moment?
Red Alert 2. Still.
Oh, right. So you're getting out, what are you getting out of that? Fun.
Yeah, fun.
Sense of achievement, maybe?
No, not really. Kind of, because I'm past the point where I would have been when I was a kid. Because I'm better at the game. So I'm kind of like, I was like, I'm at a level that I've never been at before.
Actually, there was a really tough campaign on Age of Empires 2 back in the day that I couldn't beat, and I've beaten it as an adult.
Yeah.
During lockdown, it was a few years back, and I was like, yeah,
Nice.
I've grown as a human.
Suck it, 8-year-old me.
Yeah, so, that's weird. Where would you say your achievement satisfaction from beating that level in, what is it, Red Alert?
Yeah.
Compared to the half marathon?
Great
Ooh.
question.
Surely the half
Yeah, I
marathon
was
is
gonna say,
miles ahead.
Yeah, I put way more preparation and effort into the half marathon, and I think me posting a photo on my Instagram of me with the medal from the marathon, and me posting a photo of me like, guys, I beat this level on Red Alert 2. I think the engagement.
I
will
think
be a little bit
also
higher.
I can't run a half marathon right now. You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I was to run a half marathon, because I haven't been running, I couldn't finish it.
Yeah.
I probably could beat that Red Alert level. Or,
Probably.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if I, with a
Yeah,
couple of
yeah.
hours.
Yeah, you would be able
So,
to.
the half marathon's a real achievement.
Yeah, nice work, bro.
Do you reckon
Nice
you'll ever
work.
go full?
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Will you?
Yeah, I reckon once.
You reckon you'll go ultra?
Well, I found this out the other day. An ultra marathon isn't a specific distance. An ultra marathon is anything above a marathon. So if somebody says I've run 5 ultra marathons, that could be 5 50-kilometer runs.
But they'll be
still an achievement.
officially organised ultra
Yeah,
marathons,
totally. You're
right?
not just like going for a 50-kilometer run
Yeah.
on your own and be like, I did an ultra marathon. But an ultra is anything above.
Yeah,
Oh, right. So doing an ultra marathon is actually
It's kind of
pathetic.
it's actually just you're not that special.
It's actually okay.
Yeah. No, but I would love to do a marathon. I reckon it'll be once the second kid's a little bit older and I
Yeah.
get more time
Yeah.
to practice and stuff.
Fair enough. Nice. All right, well, so should we jump into some gaming news?
Yeah.
Sure can. I can go first. If
All
you
right,
want.
go.
Now, some great gaming news came out today, which I think 1% of the listeners will be interested in.
Okay, cool.
Is it Death
Hit
Stranding
us.
related?
It is Kingdom Come 2.
I saw news on it. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I bet you Chris is going to bring this news.
Yeah, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has been doing what The Witcher 3 did way back when it first came out, which is you bring out the game, you make sure it's really polished, and then you drip feed little improvements to it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, not because they're needed, just because it'll just make the game better. And so one that they did in the first game, and a lot of games do it, is hardcore mode. Hardcore mode for a lot of RPGs is you need to eat to survive, you need to sleep a certain, otherwise your stamina starts dropping, things like that. You know, they'll get rid of stuff off the UI, the HUD, so you don't know how much health you've got, you don't know how much bullets you've got, because you in real life, if you're in that, you don't have a little thing with how many bullets you've got. You have to open your thing and count your bullets.
Yeah, totally.
Things like that. So Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 did this, and it was famously really hard out, like stupid. You couldn't fast travel. And in order, one of the missions was you had to go across the map and see all these little crosses and like do a pilgrimage and like pray to them or whatever to like cleanse your sins.
Of course.
There was like 60 of these across a giant map, and you would have had to walk to all of them.
And then along the way, there would have been things that could kill you.
There would have been bandits
Yeah.
also, and you weren't allowed to ride a horse because it was a pilgrimage. And I was like, if I did that in hardcore mode, that would take me 50 hours to do one quest.
Yeah.
Right? So once again, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, the hardcore mode, no fast travel. Huge maps, by the way, known for being realistic, huge maps.
I've seen the maps, yeah.
Yeah. They've also made it so you have to accept, so fast travel's gone, no autosave. You have to make this potion called Save Your Snaps in order to save your game.
Oh.
So if you die and you go right back to where the last time you made a schnapps and drank it. However, you just have to, in the first game, put some mahi and pick a whole lot of herbs, make a whole lot of save your schnapps, and then head out for the day.
Nice.
You do need to sleep.
awful.
I know, guy, it's your worst nightmare. You have to sleep, you have to eat, you have to drink, that sort of stuff. And to start the game, you have to pick minimum 3 negative perks. All right?
So things that affect you. Like
That
in a
affect
bad
you.
way.
So, for example, the first one, bad back. Due to your bad back, your carrying capacity is 50% lower. And whenever you bend down to pick up a herb or a mushroom, there's a small chance you'll strain your back and be left hobbling.
That sounds like my real life.
Exactly, right?
Is the perk called like turning 30?
Wait, 100%. Bashful, you can't ask people for directions. It's more difficult to find your way around because you're really shy. And you gain speech experience 20% slower. Hangry Henry, Henry's the main guy. In addition to the usual effects of hunger, starving reduces your speech, charisma, intimidation. The hungrier you are, the bigger the penalty. All food will fill you 50% less. Heavy-footed, your steps are... Your noise level goes from 0 to 25 now, so you can't sneak around. You're just really heavy-footed. Menace, one's called Numbskull, where you just gain experience 40% slower. Punchable face. People who attack you are motivated to really hurt you.
Oh, that's grim.
And also on top of all this, you take 10% more damage. And one's called Sweaty, which guy you relate to. Your excessive sweating causes your clothing to get dirty 50% faster. And in this game, people will like not talk to you or trust you if you stink or if you're dirty.
Wow.
So if you're just walking around the game and as a bonus perk, you're really sweaty.
So you just read out all of the negative perks in hardcore mode as you have to pick 3 of them.
You have to pick minimum 3 of them.
Wow.
So there was a trophy, I believe, in the first game where you pick all of them. And one was like, you've got a club foot. So the whole game, you like have to limp around everywhere and you're not as far. Just stuff like that.
Oh
Wow.
my God. And you had to do that pilgrimage of, so you're walking with a club foot.
Doing a pilgrimage.
Screw that.
Actually, I remember one of the other ones from the first game was you were dropped on your head as a baby. So you were, you were like, you couldn't read, like it was, it was so
It's
funny.
like you're just coming across NPCs and like you're clearly stupid.
Yeah,
and
that's
you've got
right.
a club foot and they're just like, oh, I just want to punch you in the face right now.
And the funny thing is,
Awful people.
the end of the first game, you actually rise up to be a wee bit of a lord, an important person, and you can't speak properly, you can't read, you've got a club foot. So, quite an achievement.
A real Mad Eye Moody situation.
100%,
eh?
yeah. So that's out now. So if you've got Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which I am going to be playing next, I won't be playing this hardcore mode because it's too intense.
Yeah, that sounds really
That's
intense.
crazy.
But it's funny.
I
funny.
want to I want to see some videos of people playing it with it all on.
That's right. I'd say there'll be some good reels out. Like now, it's come out I think today in the last 24 hours. So there'll be some good stuff online about it already.
Oh well,
I'd say.
Ellie, download the game and make a reel.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, now that we're talking, put on stories.
Yeah.
2 things Ellie likes: playing PlayStation and posting.
and having them really hard games.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I've got some gaming news here. This one I've grab this one for you, Chris, mainly. I don't want you to go to prison because a Japanese modder has been sentenced to 2 years in prison. He's 58 and he was found guilty of modifying and selling Nintendo Switch consoles. So he's been doing a bit of soldering, he's been changing a few parts and he's been selling them. And now he's been sentenced to 2 years in prison and he's also been fined $3.5 grand. So just wanted to put that out there, everyone. If you're soldering bits of Game Boys and Switches.
No, this sounds... Ellie, I see what you're doing here. It sounds like you're suggesting that me, who, by the way, restored and kitted out a few very old Game Boys.
You did.
So he must have been doing it with... He must have been modding them to put stuff into them to allow them to play illegal versions of games.
Yeah, like,
I guess so, yeah.
Piracy, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, now, does my Game Boy play an illegal version of Pokemon? Yes, it does. But that's so old. They don't care anymore.
There's that thing called like
Exactly.
statute of limitations or
Yeah,
something, you know, like
yeah.
after so many years.
Statue of limitations.
You're fine. But yeah, he was convicted of infringing Nintendo's trademark. That's what it was. And arrested for soldering modified parts within the Switch system, enabling modded consoles to run pirated games.
That's what it is right there. It's the pirated games.
Yeah.
thing.
So just bit of a precedent there, the legal precedent there that if you're doing that and you're selling it, you might go to prison.
Hey, quick shout out to the guy 58.
Yeah, he's 58.
The idea of me still soldering stuff at 58 Game Boys, that fills my heart full
Well, there's
of joy.
that saying when you try and go up legally against Disney, it's like if you mess with the mouse, you lose your house.
That's
so
right.
you mess with Nintendo, to jail you go.
Oh, nice, bro. That wasn't bad.
It will be your endo.
Hey, much better.
nice.
There we go.
Now your turn.
See what he did there? He soldered my idea and made it better.
I pirated it into a bit of your turn, Ellie.
And now time for guys news. Go.
Well, that's just
That
a
was
sentence
awful.
that you said terribly.
That was awful.
Oh my God, Ellie.
Nah, that was really bad. Damn it.
you go back to work.
You've lost your purpose. PlayStation 5 prices increase in Europe, Australia, and New Zealand.
Yeah.
Boo. So this was released on PlayStation website. A challenging economic environment, including high inflation and fluctuating exchange rates, is the reason why the PlayStation 5 prices are going up. So this is across Europe, Australia, New Zealand, but because we've got a pretty heavy New Zealand audience, I've just got their numbers. So in New Zealand, the disc version of the PS5 goes up to from $820 to $950.
Already expensive.
Oh, that's quite a big jump.
And the digital version goes from $650 to $860.
Whoa, $210 more.
Yeah, $210 more. So this is for the PlayStation 5 that came out in 2020, right?
Wow.
The PlayStation 5 Pro, which just came out,
Yeah.
Oh, and was already
around a $1,300 mark,
Yeah.
hasn't been touched.
Oh.
It's because it came out in a challenging environment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
That was the reason why it was so expensive. Can I just say, this article is not surprising at all. It's not surprising they've had to put their prices up.
No.
Everything is going up.
It
Totally.
is.
And so the PlayStation can't have the same price for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
It just can't.
I mean, the
guess.
prices aren't close enough for my theory to come true in the sense that have they just made the gap between the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 Pro a little bit smaller so that if you're going to fork out $950,
Yeah,
and
well,
you're
you
like,
just-
should I just get the Pro? Because
Maybe.
it's like for an extra $400 I
Sure.
could get a much better version than a,
Yeah.
you know?
Sure, but did you just see the Switch 2, which is coming out, which is way more expensive than anyone thought? Their games are going to be $80 US now or something, which is way more expensive than everyone thought.
Yeah. But also, because the PlayStation 5 Pro is discless and you have to get the external disc drive, they've lowered the price of the disc drive.
Oh, okay.
Which is
Okay.
good. So,
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Lovely
should
stuff.
come with it anyway, but yeah, that's good.
It absolutely
As
should
a
come
guy,
with it.
as a guy that loves Sony, has a PlayStation 5 Pro and the disc drive on it, and loves it, it should come with it.
Yeah.
You know, because it's the Pro, it's the be all and end all of the PlayStation.
Agreed.
You know, it's just
Yeah,
But
amen.
unfortunately, it's a pricey hobby we're into, this gaming stuff, and
Yeah.
it's just going to get more expensive. Because is it like graphics cards and stuff?
Yeah.
That like people use them for Bitcoin mining and all sorts of shit. AI uses all these like processing
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
things, which previously was just available for PCs and
True.
gaming. You know, like so
Yeah.
it's just so hard to get all the components and stuff now.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
very
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Very true. Hey, I also this week, guess what I did?
yeah.
I played some VR, guys. I put the old PSVR on and I actually played it for about 15 minutes before getting sick, which was actually quite good for me. I played Gran Turismo on it. And it was actually really fun. I felt like I was
yeah.
in the car.
Did you
And-
take your sea legs?
No, I didn't because it was kind of impromptu. So I was like, do you want to try it? And I was like, no, I do.
Do you
love
have sea
driving.
legs at your house?
I do. I do. I
Okay,
should just say
take
whatever
some
it
and just sit and play it for like an hour.
Yeah.
Because you can't be like, breaking news, I played for 15 minutes.
That is
And
kind
then I
of
threw up everywhere.
that is kind of breaking news for Ellie, for her to be
Well, it
two
is.
weeks in a row playing games.
Thank you
like,
so much. Thank you so
baby
much, guys.
steps.
Yes, but we also found a hack, Sam and I. Now, everyone possibly already like knew you could do this, but we discovered this yesterday, and it's life changing. Sam can be playing the VR in his eyes, and I can be using the TV to watch Netflix at the same time. So now we can both use the TV ish at the same time.
God forbid you guys do something together.
That is... I know, right? Like,
that's-
as long as they're sitting nearby, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I just want his company. But isn't that great though?
That is cool.
Am I exciting? Like, is this exciting or not?
It is cool. I didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah, you
so
can-
so he can be playing Gran Turismo on the PlayStation 5, looking at the TV.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, looking in the VR, and
Yeah.
you can be watching Netflix.
Exactly. Isn't that a hack? Is
So
that a
you're
hack?
saying if you've got a PS5, you don't need a TV, you could just have a VR.
I guess we are saying that. Yeah.
I guess it's a hack.
Yeah, so now we can both sit in bed. I can watch Netflix, and he can just bloody play his PSVR. And who
So
knows what
sorry,
else
you're
he's doing.
well. That's the thing, right? You're sitting in their bed watching, like, I don't know, what are you watching at the moment?
Love on the Spectrum.
Oh god.
Great show.
It is so lovely.
What's her name? The one with the glasses that's obsessed with sex. She's hilarious.
Oh, Danny.
Danny.
Yeah.
I love Danny.
Love her.
She's so sweet.
Yeah.
If that was a dude, would it be sweet?
Okay, he made that sound worse than it was. She's
Actually,
not
based on the
serious.
episode I saw, if it was the other way around, it would be horrible. If a guy did to her, a girl, what she did to him, it would be awful.
100%.
I mean,
yeah.
it was just a tragic expectation in each of their brains that just didn't meet, unfortunately. You know, she wasn't saying, I want to bloody jump on you and get it all, you know.
She made an animation of them having sex and showed it to him on their anniversary.
That's a good point. It was a bit weird about the animation. I forgot about that bit. Have you watched the show, Chris?
No,
it's
and
quite lovely.
I struggle to watch shows about things like that.
Like what?
I don't know. It makes me feel awkward.
It's too relatable.
Oh.
It's also very relatable
Do you see yourself in these people?
because my wife is in the same boat as her. I don't know. I feel I haven't watched it, so it's hard to judge. But I feel like bad people are watching these people.
I will. Yeah, you go.
I can understand why some people might see it as exploiting the people who are on the spectrum.
What I will say is I do find that it infantilizes it a little bit.
Totally.
Like even the voiceover being like, this is Ellie. She loves pooing on the toilet and shitting on the floor. You know, like it's really like, it could just
Terrible
be.
examples.
No, that was really bad. Why did I say poo twice? It's just the only thing that comes to my head. Anyway, it's quite infantilized and quite like talking down on them is what
Yeah.
I'll say. But at the same time, it's really wholesome and shows the experience of autism is quite wholesome.
Yeah, I get it.
So it's like I'm really torn on it, if I'm honest. I do wish maybe they showed even more of the spectrum. So like just more experiences of the spectrum because a lot of the ones on there I don't fully relate to. But like I don't like everyone's.
No.
experience
Like
is
the
different.
only one I've heard about so far is the crazy horny animated. That's why I was laughing. So I don't relate to a lot of them.
I love the girl that lives on her own and she does the beads.
Oh, bless
And
her.
she's got her dolls.
Medicine.
Oh, she's
not
so-
Maddie. Medicine.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right. Has to be Madison.
Bless her little soul. Yeah, you
We're
should
off
watch
topic.
it.
We're off topic.
Yeah, sorry. It's
so
such a great
Sam's
show.
watching VR porn.
Yeah,
You're
and
watching Love on the Spectrum.
What a
Exactly.
weird combo, man. That should be an episode of Love on the Spectrum right there.
Yeah. Can you imagine? I'm watching it. It's like, this is Ellie and Sam. They haven't spoken to each other in 3 days.
But, you know, we're both playing our special interests. So it's quite cute. It's quite wholesome.
I can also imagine like Ellie says she's got a job, but she's unemployed and does a podcast with two of her friends.
Yeah. Neither of which make any money.
But yeah, I just want to share that.
Well, that is good.
Bit of a hack.
2 weeks in a row you've
Yeah.
played games.
I have.
That's
thank you.
something
Yeah.
to behold. Now,
Thank
the thing
you.
I wanted to talk about, you mentioned at the start of the episode, is let's play a little hypothetical. We do them
Okay.
often on the show.
Yeah.
So we've got a time machine.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Now, our job here is to make as much money. We've got a time machine and we've each got a team of crack gaming developers. You can
Yeah.
pick a developing team that's already available or just imagine a team that's going to make you a video game, right? You have to go back in time.
Yeah.
It can't be 2025.
Yeah.
And you've got to create a video game that you think will make the most amount of money.
Okay.
So, and remember, just because you've got a time machine and a team of developers, if you go back to 1997 and you've got a Grand Theft Auto 6, it's not going to work because there's nothing in 1997 that can play.
Okay.
Absolutely run or play it.
Yeah.
Has to
So-
be for the time.
Yeah, exactly. So kind of just think about an event in time and go, you know what, if I exploited that,
Mm.
I could get a lot of money.
Yeah.
All right.
Or you could do what you mentioned, Chris, and just go back to early days before
1
Epic
year
Games,
before Fortnite and
Yeah.
make Fortnite.
Well, because the thing is, Fortnite was not the Battle Royale. Fortnite was Save the World, which was a game that came out many years before Battle Royale. And it was like it wasn't online, or it was online, but it wasn't a Battle Royale, and you had to it was a
Right.
different game.
and they
And then they launched Fortnite Battle Royale as a beta, and that one just took off.
yeah.
So Save the World was more like a roguelike game, I think is what it
yeah,
is, where
okay.
it's like you've got to take on waves of these zombies.
Yeah.
So-
So, why don't you get us started then?
Yeah, give us an example.
So here's a smaller one. This is just as a small example.
Okay.
So this is released. I'm going to release a game in 2023 in December.
Oh,
Right? So I'm
okay.
going to
So
go back a
quite
couple of
recent.
years.
Wow.
It's an RPG open world, not open world, RPG.
Okay.
It is a complete remaster of the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Like the games that already existed.
yeah, I'm remastering them. Right.
Right,
All right.
okay.
So that's just a
Okay.
quick example
Okay.
because I believe that was the 20-year anniversary of Lord of the Rings.
Oh, it would've been a
make
good-
a lot of money.
yeah.
That's a very popular game that everybody wants to get remastered.
And
Gotcha.
there were 3 games of the 3 movies.
There was
were
only
there?
2. Actually, no, there might have been 3. I think there was a Fellowship of the Ring. It just didn't take off as much as the other 2.
Right, okay.
Right.
So that's just a small, terrible example.
Okay.
But the main one is I'm going to release a game on PlayStation 2. Right? And it's going to come out in summer 2002 in the United States.
Okay.
So June 2002.
Okay.
Right?
Wait. I thought you were releasing it in 2023.
No, this is
Oh,
a
this is a
different
new
game.
example.
Oh,
He's
okay.
moved on.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
no,
right.
New
okay.
example. New example. That was just a quick, little.
Yeah, little throwaway.
A little
throwaway.
awry
Yeah.
aside.
Yeah.
what
So
that
this is
was.
my main one. 2002 United States.
Okay.
It's a first-person shooter linear campaign, right?
Oh, yeah. Why is this? Okay, sorry, keep going.
Why are you scared of it?
Oh,
scared.
because it's very soon after 2001, is what I'll say.
It is true.
Yeah.
So my game is a
Okay.
PS2 game where a citizen signs up for the military and after a series of missions ends up on a mission in Pakistan where the player gets to capture Osama bin Laden and kick him in the nuts.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Ah.
So I'm capitalizing on the fact that 9/11 happened.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
I'm
so it
creating a
has-
first-person shooter that I'm
Huge.
going to release like 9 months later where you actually get to capture Osama bin Laden.
But they
and
don't
kick
know
him
where
in
he
the
is
nuts.
at that stage. They don't know he's in Pakistan at his little compound.
Well,
They didn't find him until like 10 years
but
later.
I know because I'm from the future.
Oh,
so
so you can-
as a player in 2002, they're
Wait,
going to be
wait,
like, what?
So you know you're from the future, and instead of letting them know, you make a video game.
Well, I'm not going to make any money from 9/11 not happening, am
No,
I?
you can be like, hey man, I know where Osama is. You give me like 10
And they're
million.
going to go, who's Osama? And I'm like, oh, don't worry. He's going to do something bad. And then they're going to be like, and then I'll capture Osama. They'll capture Osama, and then 9/11 will still happen because it was an inside job.
Oh wow, we're going. Okay.
Tactical
You've gone there.
tactical shooters were, I had a little bit of research on it. They were on the rise post 9/11. So it's not like as if I'm making something up there. So
Right.
SOCOM, Navy SEALs, Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, and Splinter Cell, those games were released post 9/11 and they were very, very popular at the time because of 9/11.
Oh, I see.
because of 9/11.
Because of the whole, it was counter-terrorism.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So no one was pro 9/11. It was just like they were so mad that 9/11 happened that even just playing a video game where you got to pretend to take down terrorists,
Terrorists, yeah, right, okay.
it scratched that itch. So
What-
I'm going to
okay.
make money from that.
That's
Yeah, any,
And
lovely.
I'll call it Navy SEAL 12 Freedom of the Fallen.
Beautiful.
Yeah, because
Okay.
that's the right amount of patriotism and freedom.
I'm
and
just
shit.
thinking, yeah.
Put
Lovely.
an eagle on the cover.
Yeah.
with
Eagle
machine
Squad
guns.
12 Revenge of the Fallen.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Nice,
good shit, man.
nice.
What about you, Ellie? Any terrorist attacks you'd like to capitalize on?
No, so I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to capitalize on is my game's going to come out in 1999 on
Ooh.
PC and PlayStation 1, but PC more so because I feel like this is where the hysteria really came from. The game is going to be called Y2 Slay, and
I hate it.
and basically, you are a little undercover IT person who's just run of the mill kind of person.
But you're undercover.
Well, no, sorry, I shouldn't have said undercover. You're just a random nobody that is good at IT, and you have heard
So
about
people are
Y2K.
good at IT and nobody's cool.
Yeah, okay.
No, far out. It's just that they've not, pursued. They haven't done well in their career, is what I'm trying to say. But this is their moment of like redemption. Do you know what I mean?
So they're terrible at their job, but they work in IT.
yeah,
no,
okay,
I'm saying-
well,
Just
That's-
say yes, Ellie.
I guess. Yes, exactly. And if you don't know what Y2K was, it was the hysteria around the fact that they thought that all the computers back in the year 2000 when it ticked over, that all the banks
All the microchips
yeah,
were gonna-
everything would mess up and they wouldn't know how to read the date 2000, blah, blah, blah. So your job is to basically go into ATMs and anything technology-wise and save the world world from Y2K. So it's sort of like your decisions are going to impact the outcome, kind of like Detroit Become Human. You know, it's going to kind of be like based off that kind of vibe. And basically, you're the undercover hero trying to stop Y2K from happening. And I feel like it would sell because at the time, if you go back to that context of time, people were really paranoid about it. So I feel like people would play it to see if they could figure out
So you think
what is it.
Do you think people were paranoid about it and worried? And
I
there was so
think so.
scarier. Do you think they would then
think
play
so.
a game
Potentially.
that it's about something that's already happening in their reality that they were already worried about?
Potentially.
Because
you know?
they get to solve the problem
Exactly.
in the game.
They might go, oh, I might be able to figure something out. Maybe I'll see something that no one else has, you know?
Yeah, right. But then that also caps its shelf life because as soon as it ticks over midnight 2000, January 1st, everyone's like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
We overreacted there, guys.
Yeah. I guess it might be.
Look, I'm not poo-pooing.
No,
we're
this
just
is
asking
good.
questions.
It's good
you know?
feedback. It's good feedback. I think that it would become a nostalgic based game too, though, wouldn't it? You know, like
Yeah, a bit of a
back in the
vintage.
day, like
Yeah.
we had to try and save Y2K. So
Yeah.
yeah, Y2 Slay is what I would.
See, that's the problem.
that name's awful.
So
eh?
Slay, when that was a popular saying, was awful. It hit the ear terribly.
Was that
But
last year or the year
it was,
before?
I feel like Slay was like 2016.
Oh,
no.
wow.
I
I
feel
feel
like Gen Z say it though still.
Slay?
Yeah, absolutely. The Gen Zs at work still say it.
Yeah, they are.
it's
Yeah,
horrible.
yeah,
Yeah, they do.
They do.
And
so,
they would know, guy. We're old now. They know.
That's true.
It's true. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's mine.
Why
I
too
think
Slay?
I think people would buy it. I
Okay.
think people would get into it.
All right,
you know?
so we've got a post 9/11,
Yeah.
and we've got a pre Y2K.
yeah,
Right, so we're just going to make money.
yeah,
yeah.
Okay. I would go to 1998,
Yeah.
1997, 8.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon's just come out on Game Boy.
Yeah.
1996. So 1995, I believe Green came out in Japan. Then Red and Blue came out in 1996, took the world by storm. They're making the Pokemon TV show.
yeah.
Mario World 64 comes out on Nintendo 64 and is the first ever 3D open world game. I'd go a time machine back to Nintendo and I say, hey, you know that smash hit Pokemon Red/Blue and you know how you just made 3D Mario? Let's put them together. Let's not make Pokemon Stadium, which is just battles. Let's recreate those games in 3D on Nintendo
Okay.
and create a, like, Pokemon hasn't changed since the day it came out. It's still very like it is 3D now, but it's shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically,
yeah.
like,
yeah.
you know, a proper 3D open world exploring, finding your way around, not RPG, but action adventure game.
Okay.
That's what I'd do.
All right.
And change it from just being like a 2D, because it was for years, just 2D, which I love, but the proper 3D version, I think that would go gangbusters.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably would.
And
It's
Yeah.
not exploiting anything. Though.
Yeah, it's
no, well, that's the,
boring.
I'm not exploiting anything. I'm not shaming IT professionals. You know, I'm literally just like taking something that's already been really successful and made it even better.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
But if you want, I could, I don't know, take the piss out of Coney 2012 or something like that.
That's a good one.
Oh, Cody!
That was such a buzzy time, eh?
Yeah, it was such a buzzy time.
That was-
Everybody was losing their mind, and then the guy that was running the charity like lost his mind and was like running naked up and down the streets.
He must
with
have
a
had a
knife.
full, yeah, he had a breakdown.
He had a breakdown.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, what a time.
Cody 2012.
Well, that's, yeah, so I could do that or I would just do the Pokemon thing. Up
Yeah,
to
maybe.
you guys.
Yeah, you should do the Pokemon thing. Yeah. Well, let us know in our ECG for ECG Facebook group which game do you think would make the most money?
Yeah,
and
if you could go back.
Yeah, if you could go back, which game would you want to play? The
And you
one
don't
that
have
gets
to-
you in the, in the heart and really touches you in a real.
See, that's not what the games that make lots of money don't do that. They're
you're
just
right.
like,
You're
what
right.
do people really like?
Yeah, Fortnite doesn't touch me in the heart.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'd do? It would suck is you'd go back like 10 years ago, maybe longer, and make a game where you just update the skins with season passes
Yeah.
before
yeah.
Fortnite started doing it, before everyone started doing it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
just
another good
copyright
idea.
that.
Like Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty Online, the heyday of that, when that was all the rage, just chuck in $2 skins and stuff into that.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, okay.
Money made.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
this
let
whole
us
segment
know.
was a waste of time. Let's cut it out of the podcast.
We should have just made Flappy Bird.
Yeah, that was a banger.
That was a
a banger.
banger.
What are you guys playing this week?
Red Alert 2, still
Oh, that's
playing
right.
it, loving it.
Are you still doing the DLC of the old, what's
Elden
it
Ring.
called? Yeah.
I am doing the DLC. It's fantastic. And I can feel myself, I'm probably a couple of weeks away from finishing the whole thing,
Me.
which I'm excited about.
Are you going to do a little review for us?
Wow, I mean, what can I say? It's really hard and I really love it. And it's one of the best games I've ever played in my life. And I can't believe they actually pulled it off.
Cool. We'll
Wow.
we'll clip that off. and
Okay,
we'll make
there's a
that as
review.
separate
It's
review.
like Game of Thrones, right? I'll throw back now, but when you just like, who thought of these interweaving?
Yeah.
And like, you wouldn't get this at all. It's
No.
a TV show, by the way,
Thanks.
based on books. And it's just like, how did they think of all of this? That's what Elden Ring is like.
Cool. Okay.
So it's just fantastic.
Raving review. Then.
But it's not for everyone.
Yeah, not for me.
No, it's not. But if you are into like RPGs and really exploration and a sense of achievement and like digging deep into like a really cool backstory and lore, it's the best thing on the planet.
Nice. Okay.
There you
Are you
go.
playing Red Alert? Maybe I'll get into the old Gran Turismo again. It was quite. It actually. I wish.
Only maybe though.
Yeah, only maybe.
You know what I want to see you do this week?
What?
Make an Instagram reel, just a funny reel, and just post it.
Okay.
Not sponsored.
Yeah.
Okay.
Asking for video game requests.
Well, no, not that. No. Don't put any parameters on it.
Oh, just anything.
Just a reel
Just a reel.
Yeah.
on your Instagram that shows, because your followers. I feel like this is just. We're getting right back around to what we started the podcast with.
Yeah,
you need to upload stuff. So it's a funny reel with you've got time.
Yeah, I do.
You've got a talented videographer partner.
You got
I
a
do.
dog? Use the
Yep.
dog.
You got to
dog.
use the dog, Luke.
Thanks, guys. What's that?
It's a Star Wars quote.
Oh, okay.
But force. I swapped out force with a dog.
Oh,
Force yourself
funny.
on the dog.
Force yourself.
damn it.
But if you do that, I'll be very impressed.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you for the inspiration and the encouragement, guys. I really appreciate it.
Do it.
Have a great week, and we'll have DLC coming out on Monday.
Bye.
Bye.